So we're getting ready for section 2 of the Mid-Atlantic BDR. And you notice, yes, I do have my mask on. We have to wear these in and out of the building. It's kind of strange though. Once you sit down for breakfast or sit down for dinner, then you can take them off. So you just have to wear them walking between the door and your room. Not sure how much good that's doing. But anyway. We're getting ready for Section 2. Section 1 yesterday was a great ride. We had a wonderful time. So hopefully we've got our drops out of the way for this trip, got the jitters out of the way, and we're looking forward to the rest of this trip being a great ride. As we left the hotel to ride Section 2 of the Mid-Atlantic BDR, we were really looking forward to it because it was going to include tab run and tub run roads, which we understood were really a lot of fun to ride. Immediately after leaving the Mountain Lake Lodge, we were on gravel and then only a short paved section before starting Tab Run Road. Some have called this narrow single-lane road the Dirt Dragon, and I think it is an appropriate comparison, as the trail twists back and forth, as well as climbs and descends over and over again along its length. There is a lot of diverse terrain on the two run roads, with dirt, mud, gravel, and ruts to contend with. We truly had a great time on both Tab Run and Tub Run Road. After leaving Tub Run Road, we turned left on Virginia 311 and quickly found dirt again on Red Brush Road. This is where things started going a little wrong for me. Red Brush Road is a two-lane dirt and gravel road that is heavily rutted. The ruts themselves were not an issue, we just slowed and made our way safely around them. My issue started when I let Tom take the lead for a while so he could have some fun. Tom has a background in motocross riding in his youth, so he wanted to go a bit faster than the rest of us did. And I was not trying to keep up with him. I was actually maintaining a safe distance of about 30 or 40 yards behind him, giving him the space to have his fun. And we were going along very nicely, stopping every once in a while to let the other guys keep up with us. We were also acting as the advance scouts for the rest of the group, letting Peter and Steven, who were riding the larger bikes, know what to expect around the next bend. The tactic was working great until we hit a downhill section of hard-packed dirt and loose gravel. Ahead of me, I saw Tom slide out as he threw up a cloud of gray dust while trying to negotiate a tight left-hand bend. I immediately thought that I should slow down. I pulled in the clutch and I gently applied both brakes. This technique was working well and I seemed to be cutting speed when, without warning, I felt the back end of the bike shoot to the right. I hit the ground hard, and that's because I was standing at the time, and I took the blow mainly on my left shoulder, and then I started sliding down the hill, probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 feet. When I finally came to rest, I noticed that my left shoulder hurt, as well as my left foot. As we were in communication, I could quickly let the guys know that I was pinned underneath the bike. So they got to me almost immediately and lifted the bike up. Upon standing, I knew that I basically had two injuries. One, my left shoulder hurt. It felt as though my acromioclavicular joint, my AC joint, had been separated. At least that's what I was guessing. I didn't feel any breaks in my clavicle at that time. I also knew that my left foot hurt a lot, right? And I thought, well, I've probably broken something in that left foot as well. After taking a few minutes to collect my thoughts and get the pain under control, I knew that I was going to have to get back on the bike and ride it out of there. The guys set their GPSs to the nearest emergency facilities in Covington, Virginia, and I painfully climbed back on the bike and rode it out of there. I literally had to lift my left hand onto the controls using my right hand, but once I had them in place, I was fairly comfortable there. However, it hurt like hell to get on and off that bike with a broken foot, and also shifting was excruciating. Ironically enough, the fastest way to the urgent care facility was also the same route taken by the Mid-Atlantic BDR, so I actually ended up completing Section 2. Oh, and another ironic occurrence is that the accident happened in Craig County, Virginia. I was pleased to hear that I had not dislocated my AC joint and that everything was intact. The doctor surmised that due to some deterioration from a previous motorcycle injury decades earlier, I had just aggravated the attached tendons and ligaments. My foot, on the other hand, appeared to have a fracture of the fourth metatarsal, one of the long bones in the foot. So given my diagnosis, we now had to figure out what to do. So the guys found a U-Haul truck that was available in Hot Springs, Virginia, just down the road from our hotel for the night. The only issue was that there were no Ubers or Lyfts available to transport me to the rental location. So Peter helped me squeeze my boot back on my now swelling foot, and I rode the 20 miles from Covington to Hot Springs. There we picked up the truck and the guys lifted the bike into the back. Of course, they had no ramps, and got everything secured. So let me stop here and thank the proprietors of Bath County Supply for being so kind and so supportive to us. They even offered to stop and pray for me for a quick healing so that we could get back on the road. I graciously allowed them to do that, and I thank them very much for it. Unfortunately, it seems like my destiny was not to continue on the ride, but to come back home. After picking up the truck, I drove it the few miles down the road to the Warm Springs Inn where we would be staying for the night.